This is the pressure vessel test. Well, I love this one. It's 5 minutes test. So you have, this is the tank. It's full of, I think, liquid. You have a total of strain gauges on the top of the surface of that tank. You have strain gauges, horizontal strain gauges. You have, this one measures the hoop stress. This one measures the longitudinal strain also. I'm sorry, the hoop strain, longitudinal strain. And also you have, this is number 6, I guess, also measure hoop strain. So you have 2 strain gauges that measure hoop strain and 1 that measures the longitudinal strain. We're not going to work with the other 3. We have one at 30 degrees, another one at 45 degrees, I think, and then we have another one at 60 degrees. If you look, this is the chart here. So I was talking about number 1 and number 6. They measure the hoop strain. Number 2 measures the longitudinal strain. Let's forget about 3, 4, and 5. Still, you want to use them, just use them if you have different, another exercise for your students. To turn on the machine, it's from the back. There is this thing here, on and off. And let me move it. So this is very much on. It's not, yeah, there you go. This is on. And once you turn it on, then you can see that the screen starts flashing. And my advice to you is turn on the machine before you give the pre-lab. You need at least 5 minutes for the strain gauge to stabilize. So let's say 5–10 minutes before you do the test or something. And if you can read on the screen, you have 1 all the way to 4. So those are the reading of the strain gauges for the first 4 strain gauges. And to see the other 2, you can scroll down, and now you can see 5 and 6. You're going to go up, just scroll up, and then you have 1, 2, 3 all the way to 4. It's like the other one. You need to zero the strain gauges. And if you read carefully here, it says press and hold to 0. And that's what we will do. Press and hold, and then let it go. And very much it's 0, the channels 1 all the way to 6. You don't have to just wait until it's done. And very much now, it's almost done. You can read that this is 1, 4, 1. This is very much 0. Again, you can do that again if you like. If you go to 5 and 6, it's about 0. And again, the readings are 10 to minus 6. It says here micro strain. I'm going to go up here. I'm going to zero it again. It's not exactly 0. So press and hold. And it zeroes the channels again, 1 to 6. And it's almost done. Okay. And that's very much the 0 here. Now, what we do here, we do open test. There are open tests and closed tests. What we're going to do here is open test, which means all the longitudinal stresses are taken by the outside frame, this rod and this rod. The tank itself is not taking any longitudinal stresses. It's all dissipated by the outside frame, this rod and this rod here. And to do that, for an open test, it's a little bit confusing. You have to close it. And for a closed test, you have to open it. So for an open test, this has to be closed here. You have to tight this. If you are doing closed test, you have to open this. Okay, there you go. So now we're going to do an open test. So we have to close this. Let's tight this. And now this is an open test. So everything, all the longitudinal stresses, all going by, resisted by the outside frame here. The tank is only exposed to radial stresses. We'll have hoop stresses. To do the test itself, we're gonna apply a pressure, and the units of this pressure here, meganewton over meter squared, that's megapascal, and it goes all the way to 5. Yet you have this red line here. We should never cross this red line, and that's present about 3.5 megapascal, meganewton over meter squared. And to do the test, this is the valve here. You need to tight this pressure valve. So let's tight this, and then we're gonna apply a pressure. So let's go to 0.5. We do always to 0.5 increment. So this is 0.5 meganewton over meter squared, 0.5 megapascal. And then we're going to read only 1, 2. We're going to read maybe here 86, 10 to minus 6. That's the strain for 1. Number 2 is minus 28, which measures the longitudinal strain, and then you have to scroll down to number 6, which is about 85. Hopefully the reading of 1 and 6 is are the same, and that's very much it. So 1, 2, and 6, and 2 is negative because you will have shortening. That's for an Alban test. Now once you're done with this, record all of that. We're going to go to 1, and that's very much 1. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to read 1, 2, and 6. Again, this is positive, and then longitudinal is negative, shortening, and then you have number 6 is again the hoop strain, 189, which is very much like number 1, 178. You can take the average or whatever you decide. It's up to you and your students. So keep going all the way to 3.5. And 0.5 increments, you'll have about maybe 7 readings or something like that. Once you're done with the test, so I'm going to go all the way for now for 3.5. Let's say that this is the last reading. For you, you have to go to 1.5 and then 2, 2.5, and then 3, 3.5. And that's pretty much will be the last reading. You have to read number 6 also. Once you're done with the test, you have to release the pressure. And to do that, you have to open this valve here back, and that way you unload the specimen. And that's the end of the test.